currently operating from my cell phones, y'all, because we are internet down. We are man down, man down. Internet is out of whack. We have a storm going on here. So, in order to continue the show, to finish out what we were talking about, um, I got one phone on my Facebook feed and one phone on my YouTube feed, and we are making attempts to complete this project. Um, we're gonna give it a few minutes so you guys can come on back on the set here. I'm gonna fool around with this thing and see if we can get some service back up in the house because we literally got cut off. Like all the lights went out. Let me see. TV is back on, pal?
Yeah, TV came back.
The live TV or the other?
I don't know that. Just saying,
All right. Anyway, so we're back, sort of. So we have a thunderstorm going on here right now, y'all, and the whole system just went down. All the lights went out, and we are on cell phone now until the system comes back up. So in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and finish discussing what we was discussing. You dig? I apologize, y'all. I've never had that happen before. That is a first time for everything, and for whatever reason, the system doesn't seem to want to come back up. Uh, I'm thinking that something outside the parameters of our local area must have gotten hit, and our Wi-Fi is completely down inside the house, in the studio. We are out of order, if you will. However, that doesn't matter. Anyway, we're going to continue with what we were talking about. For those of you who were here and you're still hanging with your boy, come on, let's go to work, steppers. So anyway, as I was saying, um, there are, uh, we got to talking about the whole Myrtle Beach situation and all of the different stuff that's available to us. I'm gonna put my glasses on, y'all, so I can read some of the stuff because I can't y'all know I'm getting old. Uh so the whole Myrtle Beach thing is, I think, a fantastic idea. I think it'll be a great event. I suggested, I think I had heard about it through the grapevine. I ain't gonna say where, who, how, or when, or why, but I think it'll be a good thing. I think that we just have to make some adjustments in regard to that day. I mean, hell, we all getting older. We ain't getting no younger. Most of us that step don't have any small children, so nobody's gonna make a big old deal, unless, of course, you have an elderly parent like myself, and you're concerned about being with them on those days. Then that's something else. But I think for the most part, on a larger scale, I think it would be a fantastic event, and I personally would look forward to going to. So this weekend, we're going to be in Chi-Town. I should get there sometime on Friday, and I'm gonna be over at Visions. We're gonna play for the CVS All Class Weekend. That is an all black party, by the way, and we're gonna do the daggone thing all the way in through Sunday. And Sunday is the big picnic out there at the Dan Ryan Woods. So if y'all want to come out and hang out, I'm gonna play out there for about an hour, but we're gonna hang out, man, and kick it and eat real good and talk a whole bunch of crap and hang out and do our thing. Now, before I go any further, I want to take this time to give a sort of a public service announcement. Not only give a shout out, but announce that I'm looking for you guys to kick in and help out. All right, and here's the deal. My man Tuffy. Now, many of you know him, many of you don't. Carlton, okay? My man Carlton, who Carlton Smith, who was doing the thing over in Indiana, doing his parties and making a big deal. He is now here in Houston, Texas. Well, this weekend, for the Labor Day weekend, and I'm so kind of upset. This was because life is really funny. Life be lifing, and we don't ever know what really is going to take place or what's going to happen in the process of all of this. So this just came up in the last few weeks. So it pains me to announce that my man is suffering from a little bit of that C word. Uh, and they're doing a fundraiser on his behalf here in Houston, Texas. There's going to be a silent auction, a 50-50 raffle, and a fish fry. It's a $10 donation at the door. It's going to be at a place called the Legacy, which used to be Bar 8 in Houston, Texas. For those of you in Chicago, if you can make it down here to Houston for Labor Day weekend, if you ain't got nothing else going on, y'all come down and hang out with my man Tuffy and his beautiful wife Kim as they work through their troubled times. And these are the times when our community has to come together, where we have to work with one another and stick together and make sure that we are okay. We got to take care of each other. And my man, that's my dude. He's been nothing but a great person to me, around me, respectable, a man with morals and standards. And that's one thing that I love about him. And his wife, Kim, man, beautiful, beautiful person. I got mad love for them. And you need everybody, if you can, come through, hang out, kick it, and support, And if you can't make it to the event itself, there is a Zelle number to donate. My man dealing with this cancer. We gotta, that's something I hate. It's something that, we all need to keep in mind, because none of us ever know if it's going to hit our house. That's something, that's a nasty, nasty thing. And I don't ever want to see it myself, but we just never know how life plays out. So we're going to help him through this time to get through this situation and become, free and clear of this nasty, dirty thing. And he got many more years ahead of him, and we want to be able to celebrate with him and enjoy this life. I guess I'm not, this one of them days I'm not in my big words too much, but I care about that brother, and I want to, do whatever I can to try and promote the idea that, you guys can come through and help out, Houston, Texas. If you can make it in, y'all come through down here in Houston, over here at the Legacy Bar. Used to be Bar 8 on Sunday, September 1st, 4 to 8 p.m. It is a fundraiser for my man, Carlton. Y'all know him as Tuffy. Come through and hang out with us. Well, I can't say us because I got to be in Chicago. And I planned that from last year. So I didn't know whether or not, I didn't know this was going to be going on. Of course, none of us did under the circumstances. So we working with what we got in this life. And we do what we can with what we're given. And so if you can donate, please do. That Zelle number is 936-324-8630. And I'll repeat it. To donate via Zelle for my man Carlton in his fight for cancer, to get through it. That Zelle number is 936-324-8630. Y'all keep that in mind. Don't let it pass you by. That's a person, and keep in mind now, this is also an individual who has spent a lot of time and energy contributing to this community. So it don't hurt to help out. Now, with that said, hey Sandra Davis, how you doing? Y'all popping in. Look, we just coming back because we had a power outage, and the main studio is still shut down. We have lost all internet. So I'm operating from the cell phones right now. So whatever, we're doing the best we can with what we got. I got to give a mad shout out to my child, one of my wonderful children. Y'all know I love my babies. But today is my middle baby's birthday. She turns, I think, 30, 31. She turned 31 today, which is amazing to me because now I'm feeling pretty daggone old. She has been an incredible um, child. Matter of fact, I think she was the one that gave me the least trouble out of all of them, my middle baby. And she has climbed the corporate ladder, won beauty pageants, speaks multiple languages, works at a major corporation there in Chicago, makes more money than me, and is just living her life. And I will be at home, y'all, November 10th. She is getting married, and I am too excited for her. And I have to give a shout out to all my children because they let me know that for one time in my life I got something right. They're doing a beautiful job. They are growing to be very productive, strong, smart people. And I say that like they still babies, but I think the youngest just turned 26. So the other the other one is 33. So the one is 31. And shout out to my babies, man, and happy birthday to my middle girl. And may she continue to prosper. And I look forward to her wedding coming up here in November. And we just gonna do our thing, man, and let that be what it is. Do you have anything else you wanna address
I
before we go?
hadn't
Because
been in the room, so I don't know what happened.
I just
Did you
mentioned
do
the
Tuffy?
yeah, I did
Okay.
the
You
did
gave
the
a phone number?
yep, I did all of that. One more time, if you want to
Oh,
donate to help
Ted.
my man Tuffy out through his battle with cancer, y'all. It's Zelle 936-324-8630.
And
Go ahead, man.
Ted's color for next year is not
Yeah, and I
yellow.
just got word,
It's
just
red.
for the record, I got word while we were sitting here that they changed the color. Now he told me out of his mouth it was yellow. Now I just heard they changed it to
They said
red.
Veronica changed it. I don't think she likes
Okay.
yellow, so
Ain't that something?
I like yellow. It's my
Well,
color.
so the colors next year for Crush Cream is red.
But I like red
So,
too.
with all of that said, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down since we are shut down here in the house. Well, we do at least have power back on, but the internet is out. Uh, it's
Stuff might
probably
have
gonna be.
fried it.
I think they made their system might have got fried with the little power outage. They these things happen and stuff gets torn up and blown up, and which is why I keep all my stuff on safety, power strips and all kinds of stuff because when them power surges and stuff hit, I actually fried a computer like that once years ago. One of my main computers fried because the power came back on and the whole daggone thing was sitting there smoking. I had to unplug it to keep it from catching on fire. So I know how that goes, and hopefully we don't have too much of an outage tonight. Although the power is back on, that's all that matters. We can entertain ourselves in other ways. So ain't that right, Miss Ford?
Yep. I hate that with that message that Devin had put up with the lights just went out when he was
Yeah,
typing
we have to
that.
we would have to go back
message up.
online and find it. But we can address some more of this stuff in the following week. Because like I said, we'll be headed to Chicago. We'll be there for the weekend, and then we got next Tuesday, and then of course, and let me also say the final list for world's largest steppers contest is out. Um, it looks like it's going to be a pretty good lineup. Uh, we'll see. I think it's going to be this year. There's going to be. I don't want to say a toss up, but I cannot see anybody that I would say is a definitive winner in any category. Now, normally I would say what?
I was like, you should say
I should say what?
say that for next week.
No, we'll deal with that. You know what? Me and you gonna
I'm
fight.
just saying.
We're gonna box.
We can't
Look,
pull the sheet up.
we don't need to pull it up
Okay.
for me to say what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I don't see anybody that well, I'm gonna say this. There are past contest winners that will be in this year's world's largest. The only one that I saw that I think should not have a problem is going to probably be Doc. Who was Doc dancing with? I don't remember.
What's her name, Lisa?
Okay, well, let me say this. I watched Drew do trios, and Doc, I believe it was New School. Either way, I'm going to say this. Out of all the prelims that I watched, Doc probably had the most absolutely clean and crisp dance that I saw out of everybody. Drew's trio was phenomenal. Um, I am not prepared to pick out any walkers that are definitively going to be ahead of the game. That is going to be a toss
Is it a
up.
first, second, third place for walking, or just one
I don't
winners
remember.
want to take off?
I don't remember that one. I would have to check on that. I don't want to say because I don't want to say the wrong thing. But I don't see anybody that definitively is going to take that category. Whatever category it is that Doc is competing in, whoever's competing against him, you better do your homework.
Ronnie B and his wife.
Yeah, Ronnie B and his wife look good.
Yeah, I don't know
but
what.
see,
I
this
don't
is
know
what
what
I'm saying.
category. Yeah.
Everybody, for the
I don't know
for the
what
most
category.
part, everybody that I've seen so far look good.
Ron Brown.
But nobody stands out. Ron Brown's dance out in California 2 weeks ago was great. That was another good dance.
I like
So
Ron.
I'm gonna put Ron.
And then everybody for the prelims, they downplaying they dance.
Well, I know that,
Yeah,
but
so-
but even though they may be downplaying their dance, everybody looked. I'm not going to use the word lackluster or mediocre because that would be probably a misconception, because I know that they're exceptional dancers, but I know that. Let me put it again. I'm gonna say it again. From the prelims, I don't have anybody that clearly stands out in my mind. Last year, I did, only because, and I was paying attention. I saw some things that I knew were going to manifest in the contest, and it happened. It did exactly what I said it was going to do, barring the judgment of individuals up there, because of course we don't know what the scores, what or why they were scored the way they were. But with that said, you can never count on who's going to be on that scoring table, which is going to make a difference. There's going to be a point curve of at least three from any one judge or another, depending on who's on stage and what they're doing. So with that, we'll discuss that further in the following week, in the coming week, because I'm going to Chicago. We're going to lock down some things, solidify some stuff to make sure that our broadcast comes across solid and clean and clear all the way through with no interruptions. That is the goal for the world's largest this year. It is a very difficult and large undertaking, and it does take money to do those things. And so because this is not a platform that, well, I don't get a check for this. So, we have to, this is out of pocket expense. So you guys, whenever you support Inside Steppin', just know these things help to make our ability to provide much better. When you hit those cash apps and you buy those t-shirts and that type of thing, all of that helps us to make this thing the best that it can be. So with all of that said, I'm not going to keep you guys. I am going to get out of here. I don't have to worry about the producer lady making me no dinner tonight, because she brought me a hamburger from a place called P. Terry's, and it was very good, very good. That's a Texas thing, y'all. So I enjoyed my dinner, and I'm about to call it a night. I guess we're going to turn it in early tonight, since we can't do any work because the internet is out. And until this storm lets up, because it is thundering and lightning out there, and we get some internet back on in the house, we're going to be stuck like Chuck. So with that said, I want everybody to have yourselves a wonderful evening, and just enjoy who you're with, where you're at, what you have, and everything else that makes your life what it needs to be. And let me also say before I go, and I got to put this out there, spoke with somebody yesterday, who was going through some things and not in a good place. But, here's the thing, and I have my days where I'm down as well. But let's remember something, y'all. We ain't as bad as we could be. Now, I don't care who you are, okay? There are people out here who are in positions medically that they have no control over. There are people out here who are in positions financially that they may not ever recover from. On a larger scale, if you can watch me on this show tonight, your situation probably is not as bad as you might want it seem like it is in your head. I think sometimes if we get out our own way, we'd be much better off. And that's me included, because I tend to get in my own way sometimes. Real talk. And we got to make the best of what we have and use it to get what we want and do the best we can with what we got. With all of that, y'all, it's time for me to roll. So I want to say thank you for retuning in with us as we attempt to reestablish our internet connections. And I want everybody to have a good night. And we'll see you next week. And for those of you that's at home in Chicago, we'll see you in the Shy, y'all. Peace, people. My apologies for this show and the debacle of the power going out, but I ain't got no control over God's will. So I want y'all to have a good one. Peace. You see, how do I turn this thing off? I don't even know how to turn it off. Let's see. Stop streaming. Okay, yeah.